So while they are uploading the presentation, do I have a remote control? No? Okay. You are my remote control, okay. Well, of course, good morning also from my side. Well, let's say in the next very few minutes, I feel that it's my duty and my pleasure to explain why I'm very happy to keep cooperating in such a fruitful manner with EFIC and on SIP and specifically with Professor Kress. Let's say that if you can move to the first one. Let's say the reason why I feel very comfortable is because, you know, it's part of our, let's say, mission and vision, the fact that patients are at the end the ones who should benefit for whatever is developed from pharmaceutical companies, whatever is made accessible from politicians, from regulatory authorities, and from the scientific community. So let's say it's closer. It's so let's say I feel very comfortable with that. And let's say having the privilege of running a European organization, actually there is also Australia, but Australia is not so close, so focusing on Europe, and you know, I have the luck to see many countries, and you know, all the differences, and if in some ways it's very much intriguing, in some other ways, sometimes it's astonishing. And if you move to the next slide, I feel that when we started in 2010, let's say the real goal was to start from scratch and to start to understand which are the differences, which are the different positions within the European community. And then from there to start a pathway where, does it work? Okay. To start a pathway to understand where we should end up. And you know, what I feel, and I keep repeating and showing this slide, it still is, in my opinion, is astonishing, is a couple of years ago we asked many specialists, many doctors, the ones dealing with pain, how they would consider the severity of pain. And as you can see on this slide, for some of them, severity starts at 3, in the scale of 1 to 10, and from that, some of them goes up to 10. Now, of course, you know, I'm Italian, I live in Germany, and I travel around Europe. I can't believe that there are differences in how we perceive the pain. I feel that, you know, it's a matter of a different interpretation, different tools, different measurements. And this is where I feel we had to start working to understand whether there is a chance to harmonize these kind of things. If you move to the next one. As Professor Kress has already explained, and you will hear more later, there are even a structural level, a process level, at outcome level, there are many different indicators. We need indicators because this is the objective way to ensure that we all speak the same language, but on the other hand, we need to try to harmonize them. We can't keep measuring the same thing in multiple ways, because then it's very difficult to ensure the same level of access and understanding for the patients. And if you move to the next one, I feel that on the next slide, I believe that I'm going to tell you a little bit more and help you to understand even more why I feel that something is badly needed. Here is a slide showing the result of questions to physicians. So when you treat pain, what do you aim? What is your first goal? And as you can see, you know, the vast majority, of course, they talk about a reduction of pain and quality of life. And that's normal, because of course, you know, if you are a patient and you have pain, you want to get rid of that in order then also to improve the quality of life. But this is the physician view. And of course, physicians are playing a fundamental role. But on the other hand, and this is what, in my opinion, SIP is all about, there are patients who have to be listened because we have to ensure that we meet their expectations. And if you move to the next slide, this is what is, in my opinion, striking, because of course they want to get rid of pain. Of course they want to have a better quality of life, but what they want to do is, number one, ability to work. And this is where I feel that SIP has very much to focus on. You know, we have to really understand that many times, and many patients around Europe and actually around the world, not being properly treated, not having access to the right level of support from, let's say, the public authorities, at the end they find themselves in being extremely frustrated because one of the main reasons of their frustration is the fact that they are not able to get back to work. And you know, not having the possibility to match these goals, of course, implicitly means that we will not succeed in improving, let's say, the outcome of our efforts. And this is why I feel that it's very important that, you know, we spend time to discuss these things. Yesterday, as Professor Kress said, I felt it was a very fruitful discussion because, you know, you hear many different views and you try to see whether there is a way to harmonize them. So I personally felt that was a very productive first group. Of course, looking forward to the second one. But one thing that I really would like to stress and emphasize is at the end of the day, even if we have to keep our own identity within Europe for each country, and I'm very convinced of that, but on the other hand, you know, we need to try to come to a common language. And this is what SIP is all about. And this is why we, let's say, with the company I represent, we are very much interested in keeping up this cooperation, because I feel that if I compare today and 3 years ago, we have made major steps forward, and I'm very proud for that. And I compliment, of course, EFIC for the commitment and the passion in doing that. And I guess this was, yes, my last slide. So thank you very much for the attention.